Today I'm going to take you on a tour of my Austin apartment. I'm in an area called Cherrywood, and Cherrywood is about 3 miles northeast of downtown, where the state capitol is. And I'm also very close to the University of Texas campus. This is where I live. I'm on the second floor. That's my balcony. And we are looking north. So that direction is west, and of course that's east, and that is south. So over west, about I guess 3 blocks, is I-35. I usually can't hear it. Actually, I hear it at night. I hear cars going by, but it's not that loud. It's not that much of a nuisance. This is my entrance. We're gonna take a little trip around the house. These are my bins here. And that's where I keep my bicycle, just against the wall. It's not locked up. That's my neighbor's cat. He's always playing around. So that window there is the only window of mine that's on the first floor, and that entryway has a staircase that leads up to the second floor. So those are my windows up top, and of course below it's my downstairs neighbor's windows. Here's the shed. A lot of these apartments have garages. And this garage was converted into an apartment, so there's another tenant there. And you can see that garage, they built a second floor on top. And these are a couple of parking spaces. One of them is mine, although I don't have a car. But my neighbor has a car and he hardly parks there. There's a lot of parking on the street, so that's what they do. And behind these cabinets here, these doors, is the laundry and washer and dryer. There's the clothesline, so sometimes we can use that instead of the dryer. This is my back staircase leading up to my place. I believe behind those doors are the hot water heaters. So it's pretty nice. On the other side of the house, these are my neighbor's garbage cans. And that's my neighbor's entrance. All right, so that's the outside of the house. Let's take a look at the inside. All right, so this is my entrance, and I got a little coat rack here. Also keep some bags and my bike helmet. And this is that one window I said I had on the first floor, which just looks out over the lovely recycling containers. And here's the staircase up, so let's go up. So this is my place. I love those vaulted ceilings, and I have windows on every side of the house, so I'm getting light from every direction. And that was one of the big selling points for me. I was in Seattle and I was not able to come down here and look at a place, so I had to do it online in Seattle by just looking at pictures and video. Not the most ideal case, but I had no other choice. But the owner did give me a video tour, and when I saw like this view here, it was something I jumped on. And so I was able to get it and come on down. So as you can see, it's very open and bright. And I really get a lot of light. And then right here is the balcony. So I come out here, have some morning coffee. Kind of just gaze out. This yard is teeming with wildlife. There's tons of squirrels. There's plenty of birds. There's a lot of white-winged doves and finches and warblers. I've seen some blue jays. Now all this stuff here I got for free. This plastic chair here was already here, and a friend gave me that table. And this yellow steel chair was at the side of the house. A friend gave me those two folding chairs, and this bistro table is something I found like a block away. Just brought it back. Someone had put it out for garbage, so I took it. Had dinner out here a couple of times. So it's a great place to come and just relax. And the sun is setting in that direction, so I'll get the evening sunlight coming in. It's a really cool built-in bookcase. I believe every one of the houses built here has one of these. That's an old film reel I got from Brooklyn College when I was in the Brooklyn College film department. Here is the little dining nook. Now you've probably heard already all the squeaky floors. So yes, my floors are very squeaky. Like I mentioned, this house was built in the late 40s. So that's what it is. I always wanted to get one of these nice tulip tables, and so I finally was able to do that. Takes up less space having just one leg than four legs. And I'll have my breakfast here and gaze out upon the window. Here's the hallway. I bought this nice green shag runner rug. Now when I first moved in here, this little alcove where the phone was, I really was like, what is this? Why is this here? And then I finally figured out it was made for the phone. Back in the 40s, you know, when they built homes, they had places specifically designed for a phone. And usually it was just one phone that a family had. So they wanted to keep it in a place that was, I guess, central to the house. And for this house, it's the hallway, around the bedrooms and close to the living room. It's kind of hard to imagine, like, oh, why would you want the phone in the hallway and not put it in the living room? Back during this time, you know, the phone rates were maybe too expensive and people didn't talk that long, so no need to sit down and blab for 30 minutes. Just a quick hi, how are you, and exchange of information. And this phone, by the way, was given to me by my friend Daisy. It's a 1950s Belgian phone from RTT. It's really cool. It's got this copper base and the receiver is made of Bakelite. So what better place to put this phone than a place that it was built for? So I really kind of dig that. It's like a little art piece now. And here we have the kitchen. Now the owner told me she remodeled this a few years back. So I think she did a really good job. You notice this refrigerator is very thin, but there's plenty of space for all my stuff here. I kind of like that backsplash too. These cabinets are really nice. It's funny, when I moved here, I had to figure out where I was going to keep certain things. Which cabinet gets the dishes, which cabinet gets the food items, and then the stuff you don't use that much. So things moved around a couple times until I found the right combination. So I guess you could say this is more like my pantry. And yes, the refrigerator's kind of thin. And I've got various magnets and whatnot on the old refrigerator. Little Space Needle from the 62 World's Fair postcard. Let's continue to the bathroom. So this bathroom was remodeled as well. I've actually seen some pictures from other houses, and basically there was a bathtub that started here and went to the wall there. The problem with that, and at least this picture I saw, was that the toilet bowl was like almost up against it, so you really had to squeeze your legs to get in there. So I'm glad they remodeled it. As you can see, it's just the shower and not a bathtub. Luckily, I don't really take baths, so that wasn't a deal breaker for me. I know some people love to have baths, but this is fine for me. The sink is quite slim as well, and they gave me a wardrobe for towels and other bathroom items. Just shift around here. This is probably where the sink was, right underneath this old built-in medicine cabinet. Pretty sure that's where it was. These are the two bedrooms. The one to the left is my bedroom, and the one to the right is a bedroom slash office. Guest bedroom, really. So that window there is facing east, so I'm getting morning sunlight, which I really prefer. Comes trickling in through the curtains. I want to put maybe a poster or a map of the New York City subway system up there. I think that would be nice. Or maybe I can use that wall. And this is looking back down. There's those two parking spaces and the garage, which is also my neighbor. Let's take a look at the back here. I guess you say this is a second balcony, although I don't hang out here. I guess I could put a table and chairs if I wanted to, but why? Because I already have the front, and this is really just kind of using it for utility purposes. I got some extra bins here and mop. I kind of just use this to just go down to do the laundry there. Now those items there leaning against the wall are seamless backdrops. They're 9 feet tall. Eventually, I'd like to get a studio space and take those and all my other camera equipment and supplies and keep them there. But until then, this is really the only place they can fit. And like I mentioned, those are 9 feet. So you can see how much room is left on the top. So this is probably the highest ceiling in the apartment. So I've got plenty of wall space to hang some more art and photos. Here's my exercise ball. Now I only have 3 closets in this apartment. One here, one in my bedroom, and then there was one in the living room. And they're not that big. So I'll just open this one and see. Especially when I'm coming from a place in Seattle that had ridiculously huge closets. So I had a lot of space to put stuff in there. But what I did is I bought a bunch of underbed storage bins. So there's a couple under this bed and some more in the other bedroom. And here's my desk where I do all my work, my photo work, video editing, wasting time on the internet. And I got this desk. It's a standing desk, so I can kind of raise it. That's pretty cool. I always wanted one of those as well. And this one wasn't that expensive. Some are extremely expensive, but I haven't really raised it that often. One of the things in this room is a lot of that stuff I got for free. Facebook has a lot of just people giving away free stuff, usually concentrated in specific neighborhoods. So I got this bed, this carpet, and that office chair from there. So all that stuff was free, so that's pretty cool. One of the important things for me was to have a lot of cool artwork and photos on the wall. So I think what I'll do is just give a little mini tour of some of that artwork so you can check it out in case you were curious about some of them as I passed by them during the tour. This painting is from an artist in New Orleans. Her name is Lauren Marie. This really is a beautiful painting. Burlesque performer Jolie Goodnight of the Austin burlesque troupe, the Gigawatts. My friend Clarissa did this. She did a whole series of abandoned places, and I just really love this one. This is from another friend, artist Michelle Andhurst. And this is one of my photos of the Space Needle and Horiuchi mural, both from the 62 World's Fair. This is from artist Claire Judith Bowers. This is called Redemption. It's just a few items. That's me in the high chair. And the whole family, early 70s, South Jersey. This is a nativity scene that my host family from Peru gave me as a gift when I was in Peru about 20 years ago. This may be my favorite piece. This was done by artist Kelly Jackson of the Shanghai Pearl, burlesque performer from Seattle. She's a good friend. I've known her for about 15 years. Kelly Jackson has a company called Kitschy Delish, so check that out for all her wonderful artwork that she has there. It's a Hello Kitty dressed in a devil's costume. My friend Tana gave me this Mr. Rogers in your pocket.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
Will you? Picture of me at my friend's wedding. I'm wearing a Don Johnson dolphin gray tuxedo. I'm standing next to my grandmother. It's another Brooklyn College painting. That ashtray, by the way, is right over here. This is a friend, Ruby Lamb, also from the Gigawatts here in Austin. It's a photo I took about 4 years ago, one of my favorites. And up here we have the great Jolie Holland. That's actually taken at the Triple Door in Seattle. She's one of my favorite musicians. This is the Sacré-Cœur Basilica Church in Montmartre, Paris. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. And of course the Golden Gate Bridge. I really love this Rolling Stones tour poster. I got it just last year. I actually had this a much bigger size growing up for about 20 years. And then when I moved to Seattle, since it was laminated on this board, it was just hard to take, so I didn't take it, I sold it. But now I got it back. This may be one of my favorite live musical performance photos I've ever taken. This is Eva Walker of the Black Tones. I think this is 2018. It's at Seattle Center. They have, in the summertime, there's free concerts at the mural. That's the same Horiuchi mural over there. You can see it's kind of out of focus. That's what the band is playing in front of. Yeah, it's cool. That is the Mueller Airport, which closed in 1999, which was, just a few blocks away from here. So if the airport was still open, I'd be able to walk to the airport. Of course, though, I'd be hearing the sounds of planes landing and taking off constantly. This is burlesque performer Chandeliers out of Nashville. She put some of these photos up for sale. And of course, who doesn't love Boba Fett? So on the wall it goes. This was a show that I was in, Black Launch Burlesque. It's a David Lynch tribute burlesque show. And yes, it was fantastic. I kind of did a routine with the Eraserhead character, where you can see all the different characters from his movies and from Twin Peaks. So that was a lot of fun. This one is from my friend Jackie. It's a drawing of Audrey Hepburn. I had done a photo shoot with her, and this is what she gave me, and I think it's beautiful. And this is a watercolor from another friend, artist, Tristan Oakenthorne. I love it. And now in the hallway is a print that a friend had given to me. I really love this red color here. I don't know if my former roommate Avery made this, or she had it, but when she moved out, she left it behind. I don't know if she gave it to me, but anyway, now it's here in Austin. Dig that wall plate there. This was a gift from Michelle Anhurst for my birthday. And there's a gentleman there. I don't know if that's supposed to be me. Maybe it is in a past life. Looks like it was in the 40s. That is the Brooklyn Bridge. My dad got this in the early 80s. I remember it hanging up on our wall in the living room. And he had it, he passed away a few years ago, so I went to Florida, and my stepmom didn't want it, so I grabbed it up, and I think it looks great there. I love the kind of impressionist style there, and I just love the little pops of blue and red. This is a sunflower from Snohomish County. It's actually, we went to a blueberry farm one day, and there were all these big sunflowers. I took that. Here's another flower. I don't know what kind of flower that is. Is that also a dahlia? I don't remember. But anyway, this is taken at Volunteer Park in Seattle. And over here we have the original twins, Paris original on the left and Trojan original on the right. Excellent burlesque performers, and yeah, this is one of my favorite photos. Did a little Photoshop work, but those costumes and that makeup is really spectacular. And in the bathroom, just have a few things. Got this sun. And you can see here this little piece chewed off. That's from my cat Pixie, who somehow got a hold of it and chewed off a part of the sun ray. So what are you gonna do? And that is a calla lily. There was a flower bed in front of my apartment when I lived on Summit Avenue East, Capitol Hill, Seattle. So, all right, in my bedroom, I have the Versailles dahlia, because I took it at Versailles, France. Did a little effect here, put some epoxy over it. That is a painting from, another painting from my Brooklyn College painting class. It's an orange. Here's a friend's Serafina on the right and artist Michelle Andhurst on the left. Remember, she has, I bought some of her artwork. It's in the living room. This is a print. Well, I don't know, it's actually, I think, an original from Vietnam. My friend went there and she bought this as a gift for me. It's Mercia. Is it wrong to have a picture of yourself in your bedroom? Anyway, that was taken by an ex-girlfriend, Carla Liu. She was taking a photography class. So I was one of her subjects. This is taken in our Bay Ridge apartment way back when in 2002. This is a picture of something called Grass Blades, which is an installation in the Seattle Center. You can see the Space Needle peeking through. Here is a photo that was on the front page of the New York Times, and there I am in the center. The photo was just there because it was the beginning of baseball season, and as you can see, I'm part of the Dodgers, so I think the caption read, you know, the Dodgers are back in Brooklyn, and then something like baseball season starts today. Anyway, that was on the cover of the New York Times. This is a print of a photo of the building of the Eiffel Tower, which I'm sure you can probably get this anywhere, but when I was in Paris, along the River Seine was all kinds of kiosks that had photos and magazines and books, so I kind of like the idea that I bought it there. Coming on down is me with my carbon guitar. You know, you can see on the top of my head the bottom of that Rolling Stone tour poster. I think this photo was taken in maybe 2000, so I had it then. And there is Ringo Starr and a blue meanie from the Yellow Submarine movie. My friend Rob gave me that. And that's my mom, I think, in high school. This is mid to late 50s. That's a guitar I painted. Another one from my Brooklyn College painting class. That is a friend Bronwyn. Took this photo at Gasworks Park, about 8 years ago. That is the logo pretty much of the What the Funk, an all POC burlesque show. The artist Laurie Collins did that. This is called Attack of the Space Needles. Of course, there's only one, but in this one there's several. That's burlesque performer Violent Tendencies. I took this picture last year in Seattle. Did a lot of Photoshop work. I took a picture of that sign. It was just laying on the side of the road, and then I incorporated it into this piece here where I found pieces such as broken glass cigarette butts and a Pabst Blue Ribbon can and put them on top and just used some epoxy That's a real can there with the picture. That I did about at least 12 years ago. Okay, that is the end of the tour. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I did giving it.